Hey everybody, I'm Nastymold, and today in this video we are going to be going over the new shared memory feature which came out with the season of performance. We're going to be going over where exactly we can find shared memory candles, what they do, and some interesting ways to use them. To start off, we're going to want to go to the brand new area, the Village Theater, and complete the very first quest by speaking to the performance guide in the center of this area. Once we've completed the first quest, we're going to want to go to the backstage and find the frantic stagehand along the back wall. Now this spirit will actually introduce us to the shared memories, and they will have a little bit of a tutorial that we can go over. The frantic stagehand has been acquiring shared memory candles for the crew to use. Like real memories, shared memories capture glimpses of your past. Use them to show your talents, share tips, and support each other. So after viewing this cutscene, we are going to have a free trial shared memory, which you can actually see the button floating above this candle here. Once we push the button, a recording icon appears on the bottom. We cannot record here though because we're way too close to the NPC, so let's head somewhere towards this wall. We'll be using this as a little example, so let's push the button. A 3-second timer appears, and that is when the recording will start. Once the recording starts, feel free to talk. You can emote, you can use props, you can move around, you can fly, you can play instruments. You can do almost anything. You can even shout. I'm just trying to get as many things in this little trial as I can. Just before the 30-second timer wears out. Bye! Alright, so now it's going to preview the memory. It's just going to play exactly what I just did. There's a little ghostly version of me saying hi. They're emoting. They're using their prop. They're moving, and they're flying. So these shared memories are very closely related to the message candles in that you can write whatever you want, but it's almost like a little video recording. Now if I'm not satisfied, I could push the X at the top, which would discard my memory. That would scrap it, and if I used a shared memory candle, it would return the candle to my inventory. You can discard and replace, which basically is to redo the memory. And if we're satisfied, we can confirm the memory. Now this will give us the option to name it. I'm going to name this one Shared Memory. And now this candle is placed. So this will be placed for all my friends to see. And there we go. Hi! Exactly as I recorded, which is pretty incredible. Such a neat new feature. And there are a ton of ways to utilize it, which we'll go over in a little bit. So I do have the option to stop the memory if I don't want to watch it anymore, which of course will stop the playback of the memory, and then next to that we have the option to remove this memory, which will delete it. Now let's go find an example of a shared memory that we can find placed by a regular user. We're just going to go here, we're not going to go too far. And oh, yeah, I think this one is placed by, yes, it's Ash. So we have a few more options if it's another player. So of course I can stop it again if I want to. And then if you wanted to replay, you just have to light it. You can like another person's note. You can also report another person's note if it goes against community guidelines or it's unsafe. And finally, you can hide another player's note if it's blocking your way, or if you don't like it. I'm sorry, Ash. The one downside is that the note will never come back. It is now gone to the void forever. Of course, while using these shared memory spells, there are a few places that you won't be able to place them, and that's just to keep things as non-obstructive as possible. So you won't be able to place things on the slab here, or over by the statue, in front of most of these realms, or near water. It's just to keep things a little bit tidier. We also can't place them in the center here, where the traveling spirit will arrive. A fun little detail I've noticed is that as the timer for the shared memory goes down, your winged light on your back will actually disappear. It's just a tiny little detail, but it's kind of interesting. Now, to get some shared memory candles, we can actually acquire a few through completing the seasonal quests from the performance guide. There's one right there. But for the majority of the shared memory candles, we're going to have to purchase them from the Forgotten Ark. The Forgotten Ark, hidden within the Golden Wasteland, is a magical spell shop which you can unlock by completing the Season of Enchantment questline. All we have to do is head to the back here, open the shop menu, and you can buy 1 shared memory spell for 5 regular candles. And you should be able to buy one of these spells every single day from the spell shop. There are some incredibly clever uses of these spells that I have seen. One of my favorite shared memory ideas is to use it as a charging station. I've seen quite a few of these, especially in the Golden Wasteland, and it's super handy. You plop them down, you shout a lot, and that will actually fill the depleted wings of anyone that has opened the spell. How handy. The fact that you can use certain props and proximity with the spell to keep other players charged is incredibly cool as well. Here's one I made to cross this little rainy river. These spells add so much more life to the game. I recently had an instance where I was at the geyser and I accidentally started a shared memory and I didn't even notice that it was a ghostly sky kid. They were running around and talking. It was really cute. You can show off and share your unique talents, like this person who I think used a chibi spell and it wore off, but I honestly don't know. So dull. You can also create little mini games and challenges throughout the realms and race your friends and strangers. And of course, a lot of people's favorite thing in the game is to share their music skills. And of course, that is just a small hint of what can be done with the shared memory candles. If you have any other neat ideas, I'd love to hear them. Leave them below. Thanks so much, as always, for watching, you guys. I hope you found this guide helpful. Hope you enjoyed. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.